Back here with Mike Vick, we're talking Mac Jones and Kevin Wilde's 2-2-0-2 New England Patriots. Bill Belichick has kept the training wheels on the Mac Jones-led Patriots offense through 6 weeks. Might be a good time now, Sunday, against the one-win Jets to open it up just a little bit, just a hair, just a little bit. He already beat the Jets once for his first career win back in week 2. Hey, Kevin Wildes, the Patriots coming off a disappointing overtime loss to Dallas. What would a loss to the Jets mean for Bill Belichick, Mac Jones, and the New England Patriots?
Jenna, I'm usually filled with bravado and confidence and optimism on this show. But if we lose to the Jets, my old bag of Patriots excuses, well, I'm looking in there for an excuse for the losing to the Jets, and I am empty. You lose to the Dolphins week 1, like, hey, first game, no big deal. You lose to Broussard's MVP, Jameis Winston. You know, we got lucky on that one. You lose to the Bucs in the greatest of all time on a field goal. That's okay. You lose in overtime to Dak. You know, that's all right. If we lose to the Jets, Mike, there will be no excuse. This will be a catastrophe for the entire franchise, and I don't want to say I'm closing the door on the Patriots dynasty, but the door would start to creak a little bit more shut. Like, hold on, are we not the team that we thought we were? We thought we were just taking like a gap year. Yeah, the dynasty is still running. The dynasty, as long as Bill Belichick is there, the dynasty is still has a heartbeat. But if we lose to the Jets, I'm like, uh-oh. I thought we were just taking like a gap year on the dynasty journey. You know, you go to Europe for a while, you go out, you go to some museums, you fall in love, but then you come back and you become a dynasty with Mac Jones again. If we lose to the Jets, Mike, and I know you're a Jets guy, this would be catastrophic for the Patriots faithful and fans, and I think people would start to question what's up with Belichick and what's up with Josh McDaniels.
Most definitely. They're going to question everything. And you talking about the catastrophe is going to be just with the New England Patriots fan base, all the things that they're going to question. Is Bill Belichick really as good as advertised without Tom? Is Mac Jones the guy? All these questions will be circulating, you know, and unnecessarily. But, you know, it's what they're going through right now. And it's that time. You know, it's time to step up. It's time for them to let Mac Jones loose. And, you know, naturally, I'm going to root for my Jets. And hopefully this is a game that we can pull out, that we can win. Right. If not, you know, Wiles, we'll have a different conversation on Monday. But Mac Jones did get his first win against the Jets. I watched this game in week 2 or 3 or whatever week it was. And it wasn't an easy game for the New England Patriots to win. It was very competitive.
I know.
If Zach Wilson would have played just a fraction better, then that game could have had a significantly different outcome. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. He's getting better as the weeks go on.
Because, Mike, you said something that Wildes has been tiptoeing around and I have been hard on the whole year. You said they've got to let Mac Jones loose. I feel like they've been coaching to avoid Mac Jones having the type of game Zach Wilson had against them in week 2, where the quarterback just looks totally lost, is making error after error. But what, to your eye as a quarterback, what does let Mac Jones loose mean for this football game?
Yeah, I want to see more passes downfield. I think the only pass that was over 30 yards was the pass last week to Kendrick Bourne that I seen. And, you know, we question that because that was single safety into double coverage, what it appeared to be, but a great throw. And it seemed like that was sort of a desperation throw where he took a chance and, you know, it worked out for him. But it has to be more of that, more design plays down the field, 20, 30-yard chunks. And that gives a quarterback confidence because when you know you can get those type of chunk plays, then you're eager to get back to them. And then all you got to do is just be repetitive with it. Switch the sides of the field and go left side, right side with it and switch it up. So, you know, it's a lot of things that I want to see Mac Jones improve on, but I know that's going to be at the helm of Josh McDaniels, ensuring that, you know, he goes out and plays with confidence, but also, you know, creating some concepts that's going to allow him to push the ball downfield and have the offense move vertical.
Mike, I totally agree with you on that. I mean, if you're not going to throw it downfield against the Jets, then who in the world are you going to throw it downfield against? So they should let Mac cook, as we like to say. But Wilds, let me save you some heartache down the road. The dynasty is over, my man. It's over. You remember how in San Antonio, when Tim Duncan walked out the door, the dynasty was over? When Tom Brady walked out the door, he took the dynasty with him. All right?
I think it's like a David Robinson, Mac, Tim Duncan thing.
You can hope. No. You can hope to be like a perennial playoff team, maybe. Or make it every now and again with Mac Jones. I mean, and so it would be tragic, no doubt about it. Because, look, I did pick them to make the playoffs like you did, and I'm still holding out a little hope. They need the AFC North to beat up on each other, but maybe they can sneak in as a wild card if they take care of business against the Jets and go on to improve. But Mac Jones, yes, we want to see him throw it down the field. We want to see him be better. We want to see him get a win. But he has been the best rookie quarterback thus far, Nick. He's been better than Trevor Lawrence, all right? I'm not saying his ceiling is higher, but so far he's been better. All right, so I think he's playing with a little bit of house money. And let me say this about Bill Belichick. The legacy is set, all right? And he wouldn't be the first all-time great coach to end poorly. Tom Landry, Chuck Noll. I could go on and on. Don Shula didn't end that great. All right, so we could go on and on. So his legacy set is either one of the all-time greats or the GOAT. However, there would be major talk about it was all about Brady. All right, in New England, in Boston, that would be the talk. It was all about Brady. We all know Belichick's only made the playoffs one time in his 8 years that he's coached without Tom Brady. All right, we all know that his winning percentage without Tom Brady is below 50%. In Cleveland, in New England, wherever you want to go. All right, so if he loses to Tua, to Jameis Winston, as good as Jameis is, and Zach Wilson in 7 weeks, then there's going to be major questions, Nick, about Bill Belichick.
1,000%. And Wilds just need, you're my friend, so I say this, you need to adjust your eye. When a GOAT-level player walks out the door, the dynasty ends. When Brady walked out the door, the dynasty ended. When LeBron walked out the door in Cleveland or Miami, the dynasty ended. When Jordan walked out the door the first time in Chicago, they won 54 games and almost made the finals. But aside, the real GOAT-level guys, once they walk out the door, Jenna, the team falls off a cliff. Once they walk out the door, the team falls off the cliff. Those Bulls in 95, the Bulls in 94, I mean, they were really good. They won 54 games. They make the playoffs. Could have made conference finals, not for Hugh Hollins, but don't worry about that, Jenna. We can talk about that another day.
Michael Vick, thank you so much for being a part of our Morning Follies.